Hello guys, I'm John, I'm the Geeky Fanboy, and today we're doing a quick review because the new Harley Quinn series is out, and since I'm a big DC fan, I thought I'm gonna give you my quick thoughts on this. Also because ever since the trailers came out, I've been quite excited to see this. I like Harley Quinn a lot as a character, especially since they try to focus on her relationship with the Joker and that she's trying to get out of it. I thought it's a very good premise. So yeah, the first episode is out, and here are my thoughts on it. Overall, I like this first episode a lot. The animation style is nice. That it is very much an adult series, as you can expect. So there's a lot of swearing, and there's also a lot of violence, which I personally don't mind. Like, give me all the blood, give me all the violence. I'm in for that kind of stuff. Maybe for some people, I thought this is maybe a bit too much, or you could think that at some points the show is maybe trying too hard to be a bit edgy or to be like an adult show, but overall I didn't have a problem with this, and I do like this mix of comedy and violence. Also, it goes very well with the Harley Quinn character, and also the humor overall I thought was okay. It doesn't take you out of the more serious scenes or the more violent scenes, and they do know when to take a step back for a second. Like, there's a very nice scene when Harley kind of reflects on her relationship with the Joker and what she used to be like when she wasn't with him. It's like when she used to be a therapist, and then they know when to be quiet and to take a step back. So I do like the mixture we have here, and if they continue with this kind of storytelling and genre style, I think they have a very good show here. The characters and the voice acting I liked a lot as well. I know a lot of people were concerned with like this new voice for Harley Quinn, but I personally like it. I had no problem like listening to this new voice, and I enjoy the performance. I generally enjoy the performance of like every voice actor we get to hear in this first episode. And we do see a lot of the like classic Batman villains, and of course Batman as well, and all of them were like well portrayed, well written. I thought I especially enjoyed obviously Harley Quinn and also the Joker, but uh like I really enjoyed Commissioner Gordon and the portrayal of him, because he's basically been written as this totally overworked, basically burned out cop who is on the verge of breaking down at any point, and it's just so fucking hilarious. Watching his scenes, he only has like two or three little moments in this episode, but I had to laugh so hard every time he was on screen, and so I kind of hope we get to see a bit more of him now and then, because that was like a little comedy gem there, and I absolutely love that. Speaking of the characters, I like the portrayals of the relationships we see in this. So especially, of course, Harley and the Joker, but also Harley and Poison Ivy. So I like that they do this whole, okay, Harley realizes she's in an abusive relationship with the Joker, but I like that they do it in a sort of like kind of realistic way, so that she doesn't immediately realize that this is a bad relationship. So like we see them together at the beginning of the episode, and people, and especially Poison Ivy, are trying to convince Harley that this is not a good relationship for her. And I like that Harley doesn't like immediately turn around and realize, oh, this is a bad relationship. So no, we do have her like caving in and coming back to the Joker at certain points, and not and her having this difficulty to realize that this was not a good relationship for her. So I do like the development there, and like I mentioned earlier, I like that they focus on her past as well, so not just her past with the Joker, but also her past as a therapist. And they also mentioned her past with Poison Ivy when she still used to be a therapist. I like that. I like this mixture of like classic and new stuff. So like we see, like I mentioned, her in like the past with the Joker, like in her classic outfit that we know from like the animated series, and towards the end of this episode, she has like her new 52 outfit, and it's like a good reason for her to change outfits, and it's a really cool moment. And so yeah, I like the development there. And yeah, the relationship between her and Poison Ivy, I like that one a lot as well. So like Poison Ivy sort of tries to straighten it out a bit, like, since Harley is obviously very crazy and very upbeat, and Poison Ivy is sort of like the voice of reason in this case, and is the one who orchestrates like this big plan in order to make her realize that she's in an abusive relationship. So I do hope that they develop this friendship between Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn a bit more, which is why I'm putting friendship in quotes, because I do hope that they will portray them in like a romantic relationship at some point, because there would be a nice development that Harley gets out of an abusive relationship and through Poison Ivy kind of realizes what a good relationship could be like, and also since they are a couple in the comics and everything, so that's like nothing new there with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. So I do hope that they do take this route and portray them as a couple at some point. I would love to see that. So yeah, my overall thoughts on this first episode are very good. I'm liking the style. I like the characters. I like the voice acting. There's some very funny bits in there, and it's a good mixtures of like being funny and being serious. Like I said, maybe some people could see it as being a bit too edgy, or maybe trying a bit too hard to be like violent and cool and badass. But I personally don't mind. I think they're doing a good job, and yeah, we'll see where they go from here. So yeah, those are my first impressions on the new Harley Quinn show. What are your thoughts on this? Put something down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done it already, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.